Today, Lionel Messi is one of the greatest football players in history. He has won many titles and is admired by millions around the world. But at one point, everything almost collapsed. After losing the World Cup final in 2014, Messi faced heavy criticism. Many people said he could not lead Argentina to victory. The pressure continued to grow after more disappointing results. Then in 2016, after another painful loss in the Copa América final, he made a shocking decision. He announced his retirement from the national team. For many fans, this moment was unexpected and emotional. And the reason behind that decision may surprise you. So what really went wrong, and how did Messi come back stronger? Today, you will learn English through the powerful story of Lionel Messi. The situation around Lionel Messi became more intense year after year. Argentina reached the 2014 World Cup final, one of the biggest matches in football. The whole country had hope. Millions of fans believed Messi would bring the trophy home. He was the leader, the star, and the symbol of the team. But Argentina lost the final to Germany. It was a painful moment. Messi played well during the tournament, but the team could not win the most important match. After that loss, the pressure did not disappear. Instead, it became even stronger. In 2015, Argentina reached another final, the Copa América. Once again, Messi carried high expectations. Fans believed this would be his chance to win a major title with the national team. But once again, Argentina lost, this time to Chile. 2 finals, 2 losses. The pressure from fans and media became extremely high. People began to question Messi. Some said he was not strong enough as a leader. Others compared him to Diego Maradona and said he could not reach the same level with Argentina. Messi felt this pressure deeply. As the most important player on the team, he took full responsibility. He believed that he had to do more. He felt that winning or losing depended on him. So instead of sharing the pressure with his teammates, he tried to carry everything alone. This mindset became even stronger in the Copa América 2016 final. Once again, Argentina reached the final and faced Chile. The game was tense, and both teams were under pressure. The match ended in a penalty shootout. Messi stepped forward. He knew this moment was important. He knew that millions of people were watching. He believed that as the leader, he had to take responsibility and score. But something went wrong. Messi missed the penalty. The ball went over the goal. It was a shocking moment for fans around the world. Soon after, Argentina lost the final again. 3 finals, 3 losses. At that moment, the emotional pressure reached its peak. Messi believed that he had failed his country. He felt that he had let everyone down. But from his point of view, his decisions made sense. He believed that a true leader must take responsibility. He believed that he had to be the one to make the difference. He pushed himself harder than normal, trying to control the outcome of every important moment. At that moment, it seemed like the right decision. He wanted to lead. He wanted to win. He wanted to give everything for his team. But sometimes, doing everything alone can create even more pressure. And that pressure was about to lead to one of the most difficult moments in his career. After the loss in the Copa América 2016 final, the reaction was immediate and intense. Fans and media quickly focused on Lionel Messi. Many people blamed him for the result. They said that as the best player on the team, he should have made the difference. The missed penalty became the center of attention. It was shown again and again on television. People talked about it everywhere. At the same time, comparisons with Diego Maradona became even stronger. Maradona had led Argentina to victory in the 1986 World Cup, and many fans expected Messi to do the same. When he could not win a major international trophy, some people said he was not at the same level. These comparisons created even more pressure. For Messi, this situation was very difficult. He had already given everything on the field. He had played many matches, carried the team through tough moments, and reached 3 major finals. But instead of support, he received criticism. The emotional impact was clear. After each final, Messi looked deeply disappointed. His body language showed how much the losses affected him. He often walked slowly, with his head down, avoiding the cameras. It was not just frustration, it was sadness and exhaustion. The pressure had been building for years. It was not only about one match or one missed penalty. It was the result of repeated expectations, repeated losses, and repeated criticism. Every time he came close to success, something went wrong. And each time, the disappointment became heavier. The missed penalty in 2016 became the breaking point. In that moment, everything felt too much. The pressure from the country, the media, and even from himself reached a level he could not ignore anymore. He felt that he had failed in the most important moment once again. Soon after the match, Messi made a shocking announcement. He said that he would retire from the Argentina national team. For many fans, this was unexpected. Messi was still one of the best players in the world. He still had many years ahead of him. But in that moment, he felt that continuing was too difficult. This decision showed how deep the emotional pressure was. It was not just about football anymore. It was about mental strength, expectations, and the weight of responsibility. Messi had carried that weight for a long time, and now it became too heavy. The reaction from the public was mixed. Some people understood his feelings and supported him. Others were shocked and disappointed. Many fans asked him to stay. Teammates, coaches, and even former players spoke about his importance to the team. But at that moment, Messi needed space. He stepped away from the national team and from the pressure that came with it. It was a time of reflection. A time to think, to recover, and to understand what had happened. This was one of the lowest points in his career. He had reached the top level of football, but he was facing one of his most difficult emotional challenges. From the outside, Messi looked like a successful athlete. But inside, he was dealing with doubt, pressure, and disappointment. This moment raised an important question. Was the problem only the results? Or was there something deeper behind his struggles? Because sometimes, failure is not only about what happens on the outside. It is also about how we think, how we react, and how we carry pressure inside ourselves. And for Messi, the real challenge was not just losing finals. It was understanding how to deal with the weight of expectations. This realization would lead to a deeper change. And that change would become the key to his comeback. The real problem was not just the loss, it was how he was thinking. After years of pressure and repeated defeats, Lionel Messi was not only fighting opponents on the field, he was also fighting something inside himself. The deeper issue was not simply about missing a penalty or losing finals. It was about the way he saw his role in the team. Messi believed that he had to carry everything alone. As the best player, he felt responsible for every result. If the team won, it was expected. But if the team lost, he felt it was his fault. This belief slowly became stronger over time. Instead of relying on the team structure, he tried to control more and more of the game himself. He pushed himself to be everywhere on the field. He tried to create chances, score goals, and solve every problem. While this showed his dedication, it also created a heavy burden. Football is a team sport, but Messi began to feel like he had to do everything alone. This way of thinking created intense internal pressure. He was not only playing for victory, he was also trying to prove something. He wanted to prove that he could succeed with Argentina. He wanted to prove that he deserved to be compared with the greatest players in history. And he wanted to prove that he could lead his country to success. At the same time, there was a strong fear of failure. Each match became more than just a game. It became a test of his ability, his leadership, and his legacy. When you carry this kind of pressure, every mistake feels bigger. Every loss feels heavier. This led to a dangerous belief. I must do everything to win. At first, this belief may sound strong and positive. It shows determination and responsibility. But in reality, it can create serious problems. When one person tries to do everything, it can break balance. It can reduce trust in teammates. It can turn teamwork into pressure. And most importantly, it can affect the player's mental state. Over time, this mindset led to emotional exhaustion. Messi was no longer playing with the same freedom and joy. The game that once felt natural and fun started to feel heavy. Instead of enjoying football, he felt the weight of expectations every time he stepped on the field. This is one of the most difficult situations for any athlete. When passion turns into pressure, performance can suffer. When joy disappears, even the best players can struggle. For Messi, football had always been something he loved. It was part of who he was. But now, that connection was becoming weaker. He was still talented. He was still one of the best. But mentally, he was tired. This was the deeper problem behind everything. It was not just about losing finals. It was about how he carried those losses inside himself. It was about the pressure he created in his own mind. And it was about the belief that he had to do everything alone. But this realization also opened a new path. Because once you understand the real problem, you can begin to change it. Messi started to see that success is not about doing everything alone. It is about balance and trust. It is about working with others, sharing responsibility, and allowing the team to grow together. This change in thinking would not happen overnight, but it would become the key to everything that came next. After announcing his retirement in 2016, Lionel Messi stepped away from the Argentina national team. For a short time, he stayed out of international football. This break gave him space to think. He needed time to understand his feelings and decide what he really wanted. But something began to change. Messi started to realize that his story with Argentina was not finished. The connection with his country, his teammates, and the fans was still strong. Many people asked him to return. His teammates showed support. Fans expressed how important he was to the team. Slowly, he made a new decision. He came back. This was not just a return to football. It was the beginning of a new mindset. This time, he made a different decision. Instead of carrying all the pressure alone, Messi began to change how he approached the game. He started to play with less emotional weight. He still wanted to win, but he no longer felt that everything depended only on him. He began to trust his teammates more. On the field, this change was clear. Messi was still the key player, but he was not trying to control every moment. He passed more. He allowed others to take responsibility. He supported the team instead of trying to do everything himself. This created a better balance. Football became more natural again. The pressure did not disappear completely, but it became more manageable. Messi learned how to handle it in a healthier way. He accepted that not everything could be perfect. He accepted that mistakes are part of the game. At the same time, his leadership style also changed. Before, he led mostly through performance. He showed his quality with the ball. But now, he became calmer and more mature. He communicated more. He encouraged younger players. He created a positive atmosphere inside the team. He was no longer just the best player. He became a true leader. This kind of leadership helped the team grow. Argentina began to improve step by step. The team became more organized, more confident, and more united. Players started to trust each other more. The responsibility was shared, not carried by one person. And as the team improved, Messi also changed. He began to regain his confidence. Not just confidence in his ability, but confidence in the process. He trusted the team. He trusted the system. And most importantly, he trusted himself again. The joy of playing football slowly returned. The game no longer felt like a heavy burden. It started to feel like something familiar again. Something he loved. This recovery did not happen in one moment. It was a gradual process. It required patience, reflection, and change. But it worked. Messi did not become a different player in terms of skill. He was always talented. What changed was his mindset. The way he saw pressure, responsibility, and teamwork. He learned that success is not about doing everything alone. It is about knowing when to lead, and when to trust others. This shift made all the difference. What once looked like the end of his journey became the beginning of something new. And this time he was ready. Lionel Messi's story is not only about football. It is about pressure, mistakes, and learning how to change. His journey shows us that even the best people can struggle, and even the strongest can feel overwhelmed. The first lesson is simple. Mistakes are not the end. Messi lost important finals and made painful mistakes, But those moments did not stop his journey. Instead, they helped him grow. The second lesson is about pressure. Pressure can break you if you face it alone. Messi tried to carry everything by himself, and it became too heavy. But when he learned to trust others, things started to improve. The third lesson is about adaptation. True strength is not only talent or hard work. It is the ability to change your thinking, your habits, and your approach when something is not working. And finally, success needs patience and teamwork. No one wins alone. Real success comes when people work together and support each other. Now, let's practice speaking together. Repeat after me. I learn from my mistakes. I grow stronger after failure. I don't have to do everything alone. Say these sentences slowly and clearly. You can pause the video and repeat them again to improve your speaking. Now think about your own life. What is one mistake that changed your life? Take a moment and reflect on your experience. Then, share your answer in the comments below. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video. And subscribe to Legend Stories English to continue learning English through powerful real-life stories.